peeps, welcome back to Project Anonymous.
And in today's video, we're going to use some tie-dyeing and then embroidery.
So stick around to see how we do it. So the tie-dye we're going to use is this tulip tie-dye kit. We've never done tie-dye before, so we decided to just try it out with this kit.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
So make sure you have a surface to go on. We're going to be using this tablecloth. It's already pretty dirty from paint. And also make sure to cover your clothes if you care about your clothing. So I'm just using this Project Anonymous apron. Let's open it up. Open the back side. Seems like there's lots of colors. Instructions. Ooh, has some rubber bands. Are these gloves or baggies or something like that? Oh, it looks like it comes with a little thing to protect your surface. And it comes with all this dye, of course, more rubber bands. Oh, there's the gloves. You don't get your hands all messy. So let's get tie-dyeing. So I have everything I need. My shirt, my rubber bands, and dye. I'm going to use these two blue colors and then leave a little bit of it white. So now I'm just going to roll this up. And then rubber band it. That's good. Now I'm going to open these up. Add some water so I can activate the dye. And it has a fill line right here. Dyeing it, so we've put it into a Ziploc bag and we're going to let it sit here from 6 to 8 hours, maybe even overnight, just so it lets it sit and dye. After our tie-dye dried, we unwrapped it from our rubber bands and made sure to rinse it out in the sink until no dye came out of the shirt. And then we put it in the wash and we're gonna let it do a few cycles. And while it's in the wash, we're gonna design and take advantage of the time.
Yep, so we're gonna get to designing our embroidery that's gonna go onto the shirt.
To make our design, we're gonna use ProCreate. So first I'm gonna add text by going to the Add button and then Add Text. I'm gonna type in anyways. We decided on anyways because when we do our outros, I always go anyways. Thanks so much for watching. So that's why. And then I'm gonna do ... I'm going to adjust the size, but the size wasn't working for me. Neither like changing the font. So all you have to do to fix that is press done and then go back to change the size and font. I like that font. Just making it a little bit bigger. Changing the tracking. Readjusting the color once again. And then going to a layer under it. So all I'm doing is kind of drawing a squiggly line behind anyways. And I'm going to do that until I like it. I'm just going to readjust where I want it by making it bigger in some areas. It's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to change the color a little bit because I think it's too light with the light blue. So I'm making it a little bit more vibrant. Now I'm going to turn it into a PNG by unchecking the background color. And then I'm going to export it as a PNG. So now we've opened Inkscape up. We're going to open it from a template. We're using a 4x4 hoop, so we're going to do a 4x4 hoop template. And then we're going to drag and drop our ProCreate design. So now we're going to readjust the size. We're going to hold down Control to make it smaller without it shifting in the Y or X axis. We're gonna go to Path, Trace Bitmap, Multi-Scans, and instead of brightness steps, we're gonna do colors as our determining factor. Press Update. And we're just gonna drag off our Trace Bitmap. And the difference is, that one was a picture, now we turned it into something we can embroider. We're going to do a Params check. And it doesn't seem to be working. You got an error. Now you're going to go to Inkstitch, Fill Tools, Break Apart Fill Objects. Apply. Extensions, Inkstitch, Params. Just for a Params check to see if this worked. And it seems to be working. But that's gonna be a lot of jump stitches to cut. And We don't want that. So we're going to cancel. We're going to go to Object, Ungroup. So now they're individual paths. Now we're going to select the individual paths that we want to embroider and move them onto our work area template. We're doing this because Trace Bitmap has created pieces that we don't need. To put the holes back in the A's, we're needing to break them apart, both the inner and outer path. Then go to Path Exclusion. Then we're going to do the same thing for the other A to get that hole. We deleted that purple. So now we need to get all our little zigzag kind of thing behind all the text. We're gonna grab it. Once again, just selecting all the things we need by holding down Shift. So now we've selected everything we want. And we're gonna drag it to our text. So we're just trying to line up the drawing behind the anyways to the text anyways to get it to look right. I'm really trying to get that perfect, so we're zooming in and readjusting it. It's looking pretty good. Looks like we left some parts out, so we're just going to Shift and select those to bring them back over onto our other drawing. Bringing those down. Trying to line them up as best as we can. That's looking pretty good. So we just deleted all of the extra stuff that we didn't need. And gonna do a Params check by going to Inkscape Params. Seems to be working, but for some reason it's not going in the order we want it, so we're going to have to be changing that. So we'll just reorder the stitches left to right so we'll have less jump stitches. We made a new layer. It's in a separate layer from the squiggly. We're selecting everything that we want on that new layer. Right click, move to layer, move. Now we're just going to press that button and we're going to do that on every single piece of the text. So this will make it go in the order we want it to. So now we're going to do a params check on this and see if it goes in the order we want. And that is going in the order we want. Perfect. And we're gonna unhide the blue layer and do the exact same thing. So now we can do a params check. It should go in the order we want. And voila. Looks like it's working pretty nicely. We can hit cancel now. Unhide our text layer. Now we'll do a simulator or realistic preview. We want to see what we will be embroidering by the most realistic view. We're going to type in the last stitch so we can go straight to what it will look like when it's done. And it looks wonderful. Very pretty. We're going to quit. We're hiding layer 1 and going to ink stitch params. I'm going to change the angle of the stitches so we can get like a shininess. So if the blue layer has a different angle of stitches than the text layer, it'll kind of have some contrast. Now we're going to do the same thing to the blue layer. We're gonna go to params and do the same thing, change the angle of the stitches. So now we're gonna unhide both layers. Go to the simulator / realistic preview. And we're just gonna see what it looks like with the different angles of stitches. And it looks very good. Really like the different angles of stitching.
Alright, so we just took them out of the jar and they're looking really nice. So now we're going to show you what they look like.
Yeah, they look really good. Here, put this on. Nice.
It looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it turned out okay. Do a turn. Nice. All right, and then the other one we did
Was the ice one?
the ice melt method, and we got this kind of design. Why don't you try this one on? Nice.
Looks pretty good.
All right.
A little spin.
All right. So both methods worked out okay. I kind of like the first one for our design. So let's go ahead and use that one. Let's get to it.
Let's go. So these are the colors we're going to use. They look like this.
Nice.
So now it's time to hoop it.
All right, go ahead and hoop it.
Okay. Okay, it's in.
Well, that was easy.
Uh-huh.
Gets easier every time, huh?
It really does.
Okay, let's get this machine set up.
So it turned out great. It looks so nice and wonderful, and I love it.
Yeah, you hooped it really well.
Yeah, thank you. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it if you liked it.
Like it.
Subscribe if you enjoy our content.
Subscribe.
And turn on those notifications so you get my every single time you post a video. Stay crafty.
And be happy.
Bye!